So we're in chapter 17, Divisions of Faith, and we're on text number 14. So are you all going to follow? I think we need more books, and more students are coming. Very nice. And my good friend is here. How are you? And my good son is here, Mehul. Are you still my son? Oh, do I have permission to call him my son? I have to check with. All right. Very good. Where is Arjuna? I know. That's why I'm saying, where is homework? All right. So he's executing the duties of his parents, right? He's obeying his parents. That's important. All right. Are we ready for text number? Ooh, here's the verse. All right, this is for all the children. Please repeat. Deva Dvija Guru Pragya Pujanang Shaucham Arjavam Brahmacharyam Mahingsacha Shariram Tapa Uchyate. Word for word synonyms, please repeat. Deva, of the Supreme Lord. Dvija, the Brahmanas. So, Dvija means twice born. So, first birth is from who? Mother and father. You need both. Any way you look at it, you still need both. Second birth is what, Rama? Right. Or another way is, Yes. Second birth also. Okay. So in a regular material birth, you need a father and mother. So in a second birth, who is the father and mother? Guru and Krishna? So Guru is what? Father or mother? No. Guru is mother? No. Guru is father. So who's the mother? Thank you. Shastra is the mother. There's your second birth. Guru is not Krishna. We're not taking initiate. We're not Ritvik. Oh, forget about. I got a direct disciple of Krishna. If you accept that Ritvik philosophy, that I'm Prabhupada's disciple, even though I was born in 1992 and Prabhupada left in 1977. So if you want to say that I am disciple, I'm Prabhupada's disciple, Ritvik philosophy, then I say, forget it. I'm direct disciple of Lord Chaitanya, or I'm direct disciple of... Isn't that the logic? Right? Makes sense? But that's not... I can't say that. I'm direct disciple of... Yeah, right. Prove it. No. So you need a father and mother for second birth. So the father is spiritual master or guru, and the mother is the Vedic literatures. Okay, let's go on. Next word, guru, the spiritual master. Pragya, and worshipable personalities. Pujanam, worship. Saucham, cleanliness. Arjavam, simplicity. So these two, Saucham and Arjavam, are going to appear in chapter 18. Where? Yes. Right. That's right. 1841 or 42. Correct. Yes. It's 42? I like being surrounded by scholars. Good. Yes. How many symptoms in Bhagavad-Gītā for a Brahmin? 2, but how many altogether in Bhagavad-Gītā? 9. Shamo Damak Tapak Shocham Shantir Arjavam Evat Jnanam Vijnanam Astikyam. 9 qualities. In other scriptures, they come up with a little few more. But according to Bhagavad-Gītā, okay? So these were 2 of them, cleanliness and simplicity. Simplicity also means don't be duplicitous. Don't be a politician. Don't be Duryodhan. Duryodhana's not a Brahmin, right? And cleanliness. What are the two types of cleanliness? Okay, so what's internal cleanliness? Simple. All right, but chanting means what? Remembering. Right. Krishna Kumar, where are you? Oh, he's not around. Okay. Yes? Who? Vallabhacharya. Okay, in the Pushti mark. They take the dirt of Raj and eat. Yeah, they're going to get purified. Yeah, we take prasadam, same idea. Why are we taking prasadam? We also want to purify the heart, the consciousness, yes. But, and you said chanting, of course chanting, you know me. Chanting is the answer to every question. Harinama eva kevalam, of course. But generally speaking, the concept is internal cleanliness means always remembering Krishna. So, Krishna Kumar, what's your favorite verse of Bhagavad-Gītā? What is it? Thank you. That's the verse, just like Kamlesh's verse is Sarvadharman. So, Krishna Kumar has his verse. Go on, execute your prescribed duty, and at the same time, remembering Krishna. So if you're always remembering Krishna, that keeps you clean inside. And the whole idea of chanting is to remember Krishna. That's the idea of chanting, amongst many. But the main idea is, by chanting, you're definitely remembering Krishna. And as long as you chant, you won't forget him. Because why? Why? What's the science behind chanting? What? Oh, wait. Mahul, thank you. Excellent. Yes, the non-dual fact or science that the name of God, is it a symbol of God? Yes, so it's not a symbol, because some people think like that. It's not a symbol, it is God. Same way, is the deity an idol? Is it a symbol? What is the deity? Yes, it's God in material elements, but we accept it as God. Otherwise, if we think we're worshiping idols, that's hellish mentality. No, and you've heard me say billions of times, we don't worship idols, we worship God. It looks to them, you know them I'm talking about, it looks to them that we're worshiping idols, but you've heard me tell you hundreds of times, don't let them say that to you. We're not worshiping. Are you worshiping idols? We're worshiping God. And I say, you're worshiping idols. TV, money, sex, Las Vegas. You're worshiping idols. We're worshiping God. Okay, let's continue. Next word. Brahmacharyam. Celibacy. Now, here's a question. How can a grihastha also practice celibacy and still have a family and still have children? What does that mean? Yes. According to Prabhupada's teachings, the grihastha is also meant to be a brahmachari in this sense. Only relations with his wife when it is time for procreation or having a child. Otherwise, no. So they're called grihastha brahmacharis. Now, if a grihastha is not like that and cannot control his senses and has sex whenever he wants, then is he a grihastha? What's he called? Griyamedhi. Yes. He cannot say, because grahastha is an ashram. And ashram means rules and regulations, as I think you said, control. Somebody said control. You're under the control of the guru, the sadhu, and the shastra. Very good. Next word. Ahimsa, non-violence. Cha, also. Shariram, pertaining to the body. Tapa, austerity. Uchyate is said to be. So, the topic of this verse is austerity. We just studied the sacrifice in the modes. Now we're going to talk about austerity. So now, and there's different kinds. So let's look at the first one. Please repeat. Austerity of the body consists in worship of the Supreme Lord, worship of the Brahmanas, worship of the spiritual master, children, and worship superiors like, well. All these years what I've been telling you children, right? What do I always say at every program all around the world where I go? What do I say? Yes, obey your mother and father. And this is where I got it from. And how do I preach? I tell them. I told them in Santiago every year, there's so many young children, it's the same thing. If you want Krishna's blessings, you had better worship your father and mother. And worship means obey. Parents, you like me now? Yes, that's right. And there's the incident after Krishna killed Kamsa. Krishna was reunited with who? And if you recall, what did Krishna say? I'm very sorry that we could not serve you, that by our fate we had to live separate from you for all these 11 years, and we could not serve you. And Krishna was apologizing to his parents. And then at one point, Krishna says something really intense. He says that a son who cannot take care of his aged parents, that son has to go to hell and eat his own flesh. So it's very, very heavy, powerful statement. And as I've said so many times, and you children, your parents are pure devotees, so even more so, you have to obey them. Correct? Okay, they're not just ordinary parents. I could understand if your parents were Kamsa or Hiranyakashipu. But you don't have that. And look at Prahlad. Even Prahlad was very obedient to his father up to a point. But Prahlad was not, he was very meek and mild, even when his father was torturing him. But still, Prahlad was very well behaved. Of course, he had to do his preaching, and he wouldn't, when his father asked him, why are you worshiping this God of yours? Don't you know I'm supreme? And Prahlad said, no, you're not. So at a certain point, Prahlad had to say the truth. But at the same time, he was very submissive, mild, and meek. Okay, let's look at the purport. The Supreme Godhead here explains the different kinds of austerity and penance. First, he explains the austerities and penances practiced by the body. One should offer or learn to offer respect to God or to the demigods. Even Lord Chaitanya, when he visited demigods' temples, he also paid his obeisances. When he went to a Lord Shiva temple Lord Chaitanya also offered his obeisances to the deity of Lord Shiva. So if it's good enough for Lord Chaitanya, it's good enough for us. So offer respect to the perfect qualified brahmanas and the spiritual master and superiors like father, mother, or any person who is conversant with Vedic knowledge. These should be given proper respect. One should practice cleansing oneself externally and internally, and he should learn to become simple in behavior. He should not do anything which is not sanctioned by the scriptural injunctions. He should not indulge in sex outside of married life, for sex is sanctioned in the scripture only in marriage, not otherwise. This is called celibacy. These are penances and austerities as far as the body is concerned. And that reminds us of that famous verse by Rishabdev, when Rishabdev is first instructing his 100 sons headed by Bharat, right? The first verse there is that human life is not meant for sense gratification. He says sense gratification is available even for the hogs and dogs. Sense gratification is not the purpose of human life. But he said, Tapo Divyam, divine austerities by which you will receive Brahma Sokyam, transcendental happiness. That's the purpose of human life. So, penance is a tapo. I mean, that was even in this verse, tapa. So even Rishabdev's first instruction is, human life is meant for undergoing austerities and penances. Now, Hiranyakashipu performed penances and austerities, but not for Brahma Sokyam. His purpose was complete material enjoyment. And all the athletes, they also perform severe penances and austerities, but not for spiritual happiness. What for? Yes, $30 million contract. That's why they're doing it. But we are supposed to be doing austerities and penances for Brahma Sokyam, transcendental happiness. Yes, Mahul. That is correct. That is correct. Demigods. Probably not. I mean, demigods are different, because demigods, the reason they're demigods is because they're in the mode of goodness more or less, and they're aware of the fact that they are Krishna's servant. Okay? So apart from the demigods, if you're talking about here on this planet, that people who are enjoying better and better realms of material happiness, do they know? Probably not unless they're reading Prabhupada's books, or they've come in contact with a devotee, or they're getting some kind of spiritual training. I doubt very much that they know, other than, hey, life is good and let's go for it. Well, yes, that's in the 5th canto. In between the planets of the earth and the heavenly planets, there is the realm of the Rakshasas and demons and the ghosts, and then the heavenly planets begin, I think, with the sun. What are you going to say, Brahma? Then no, they're right before the bottom of the universe. They're not, although it's okay, but according to 5th canto, their planet is right above the hellish planets. Yes. Yes. So I believe the heavenly planets begin with the sun, moon, like that. Okay? Can we continue? Okay, first thing, chant the Maha Mantra.